Welcome, curious minds, wherever from the world you may be watching. This is Global Science, and today we tackle the question of how the Earth was formed. This is neither a video for kids and neither one for old ages. This is one for both. One which old people, curious about knowledge of our planet Earth, can even understand, and even those who are forming new brains with new knowledge of memory and science. 5, 6 years old, how young you may be, you can learn a lot from this video. Let's get straight into the topic. So important facts I would like to mention are that the area of our Earth, to be exact, is 196,938,000 square miles. I'm getting this information from Google. Hope it's right. Land area is 57,393,000 square miles, and the water area is 139,545,000 square miles. Now, what we know is that for as long as human beings have observed and reflected the natural world that we inhabit, we have told stories about the formation of Earth. Some say it was gods, some say it was science, some say that the gods created science so that science could create Earth. However, these are just brief explanations. We have to dig into the topic to exactly get through what is the core layer, what's actually in this topic. How do we crack it? It's fairly easy. It's been cracked by scientists, and it only needs to be explored through our minds for us to understand it. Now, creation narratives occur in every system of belief, every religion, even atheists, every person, even a child or an old senile man with no sense of what he's doing or where he is. The rarest of species, and even those extinct, dinosaurs, insects, plants, they might have wondered how the Earth was formed. But no matter where you are on this planet, no matter how you wondered how this planet was created, there is one truth, and that is not the truth for certain. These are the theories that have been proved or basically are certain are true. So, from this knowledge, let's get into this. There's also a human urge to want to date the beginning of the world as we know it, and religions have tried to explain this. Some religions have several foundation dates. However, religion does not explain history, and to understand how the Earth was formed, we need to get into a bit of history. Scientists have widely, propagated through the past few years, quite a few years, that the Earth is around 4.6 billion years old. We now know that the Earth and rest of our solar system formed together 4.6 billion years ago from a huge cloud of gas and dust, basically a nebula, following a gigantic star explosion within the universe. The Sun formed at the center of some debris, and through that debris, rock planets formed in the inner solar system, while the debris at the far end settled around the gas to form the outer planets. 1 or 2 planets may even have been ejected through the solar system. Chunks of matter thus coalesced into planets, including Earth, in a process known as accretion, which is the growth or increase in size by incorporation of external materials. The gradual building up of a body through the inclusion of incoming matter takes place. So in the process, Earth's gravity continued to attract debris, which became incorporated into its surface. Slowly, the Earth took shape as we know it. So, for millions and millions of years, lots of disks, gas clouds, rock clouds, materials external to the solar system currently and internal to it now, collided into each other, and held together by gravity, built up a body to the inclusion of the matter incoming into it. So basically, the Earth was formed from thousands and thousands and millions and millions and billions and trillions of rocks, gases, materials colliding together, coming in together, incorporating through gravity, and together this incoming matter, all this rocks, gas, dust, whatever was coming into the Earth, the early Earth, the pre-Earth you can call it, together, gravity held them together and they all incorporated into the Earth as we know it. The huge nebula exploded, all the rocks, gas, and dust collided together, incorporated together into the Earth due to gravity, and now we have the Earth as we know it. Repeated impacts, radiation from the sun, internal processes caused our planet to settle into layers: an inner core, outer core, a mantle, a crust. A few fragments of the original crust remain because much of that had been eroded or modified due to geographical processes, and much changed through billions and billions of years. Mind you, it's been 4.6 billion years since the Earth was created. Will the surface really remain the same? No. Collisions, massive, like that wiped out dinosaurs. The coming of life 3.8 billion years ago, as scientists know it, or 3.5 billion years ago, as some others know it. And even the current geographical processes, explosions, and various other things, environmental changes, ice ages, everything that's happened to Earth, it's changed our surface. It's never remained the same. Few fragments do remain deep inside the Earth. Such processes like them travel to the surface. Volcanic processes spewed forth lava and gases. These gases, including water vapor, gave rise to Earth's primitive atmosphere. So the old Earth, the atmosphere of the old Earth, formed from volcanic processes, interior melting, incorporation of rocks, gases, and dust. That gave rise. Gravity held it together, and now we have Earth. This is our planet. This is it in its early stages. And how much exactly did it change in the coming years? Well, we don't know that for certain how much it exactly has changed, but we do know it's changed a lot. Now, the Earth has 4 layers: the inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust. However, we will study that in the next video, and we will learn the the structure of the Earth. Yeah. However, how did we know, and when did we know that the Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago? In the early 17th century, after the studying of biblical chronologies that recounted the span of many kingships and long list of family descendants, Anglican Archbishop James Ussher announced as a fact that the creation of Earth had occurred at 9 a.m. on October 23 in the year 4004 BC. These were in fact accepted for a century. But then, scientists, everyone contributed to basically the studies of rocks. Now, we carbon dated rocks, gases, fossils, and everything around that exist in our planet. And together, at centuries and centuries of work, we conclude that the Earth is 4.6 billion years ago. So there you have it, how the Earth was formed. You can rewind through the video. In the pinned comment, I will give a recap of the video and make sure all of it gets in your head, because this is some crucial information and you are a curious mind. So hopefully you learned a lot from this video and you can remember it.